Alright everybody, and welcome back to a new Let's Play here on the Nickstrat channel. Today we're gonna start up Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King, a childhood game of mine, a strategy turn-based JRPG game from 2006. It was released in Europe. Yeah, that summer back when I got it, I played the crap out of it, and I wanted to make a Let's Play of it on YouTube for, well, forever, since I was in my mid-20s probably, and yeah, now in my mid-30s, so it is high time that I finally get around to do this. So, let's see here. No. Let's not continue our adventure, let's make a new one. And we're gonna call ourselves, Tuur. Tuur. There we go. And save, yes please. And there's gonna be some plot here now, and once we're past it, I'll start talking more about the game here. And yeah, I had a cutout there, I was gonna call myself Stew, but now we're Tuur, so there we go.
A scepter spoken of in lore, and seal away since days of yore. Unleashed its forbidden power. And Herald's true name's darkest star.
Oi, Gov! It's gonna get dark if we hang about here much longer. Let's head into town. There's better places than this to spend an evening. Shake a leg, Gov!
Okay, well, so the game is gonna try and shove some tutorials down our throats here now, but I'm just gonna say, F it, you know what, let's just mash past this crap. I know what I'm doing, so let me actually try something. I've never tried this. What happens if we leave? Huh. I've actually never seen this before, huh? Interesting, okay, but I thought something more exciting would happen.
I've probably said it before, but it beats me how you ended up working for an old codger like him. Not that I can talk, do I? Guess people say the same thing about me. Working for you.
Old codger? I do hope you're not referring to me. What would you know? A lowlife like you wouldn't recognize nobility if it came up and bit you on the ah! Enough dilly-dallying. Where's the princess? I can't see her anywhere.
Uh-oh, here comes trouble, Gov.
Indeed, this here is our first quote-unquote battle of the game. It's just gonna be a little tutorial battle. Yeah, we have some options here. We can fight, flee, intimidate them, or, well, we also have tactics here, but yeah. Oh yeah, and there are even more things to go into here, but you know what, there is really no need for me to go into detail about each and every little thing here now. We can just do that as it's more convenient whilst we whilst we progress the game here. As you can see, very easy fight, and yeah, it's a turn-based RPG, I said so before, so yeah, if this is not your cup of tea, I understand, but I really wanted to make a let's play of this on my channel.
Well, they certainly took us by surprise, but nothing we couldn't handle, eh? Now, where's the princess? Where's my Medea? My precious one and only daughter? There you are! Thank goodness you're safe, Medea.
Hey, the horse princess is back. I say we make a move now, before it gets dark.
Yeah, quite a bizarre start to the game here. We have this green freak. Okay, well that was kind of harsh, but we have this green freak, quote-unquote freak, calling this horse for his precious daughter. And yeah, we have no freaking clue what is going on. And Jägerster even calls the horse for a quote-unquote horse princess. So yeah, something is clearly wrong here. But yeah, Dragon Quest VIII, a childhood game of mine. I really like this game. Like, yeah, once again, so many fond memories of this one. I played it more than I played Final Fantasy X back then, like in the PlayStation 2 days. Like, yeah, and I love that game too. But there was just something special with this game. Like, yeah, there is so much or so many fun things with how you level up, with how you progress. With like, you can level up if you want to fight with swords or spears or axes, hammers. Like, there are all this bunch of different talent trees to go into, and I really liked how leveling up was handled in this game, or how it is handled. And I also like the resource management of this game. Like, you really gotta be stingy with your gold. You can't just, well, spend it all at once, because you're gonna regret it. You actually gotta be careful with your money in this game. And there's also some interesting mechanics with, yeah, inventory management in this game. Like, yeah, you don't have an unlimited inventory on your characters, like if you want to carry on medicine and stuff like that. It's, yeah, I really like how the game is built, you know. But yeah, it's gonna be fun to explain some of this in more detail in a bit here. The first episode is probably mainly gonna be us walking around and talking to people here in the town. We gotta prepare ourselves before we head on out the gates.
Yes, here we are. If my memory serves me correctly, this is the place. This is the town where Master Rylus lives.
Hold your horses, Grandad. I thought it was Dolmagus we was after.
I am not your Grandad. And of course Dolmagus is our man. He's the one who turned Medea and I into such laughing stocks. But that dastardly magician can't hide from us forever. We must track him down and lift this confounded curse. Oh, just look at my poor Medea. And we'd only just settled on her engagement to the Prince of Argonia. Oh, that despicable Dolmagus. That's why it's imperative we locate Rylus. Will you go and find him?
Yeah, it doesn't matter here if you answer yes or no. I'm gonna go with no because, well, it's more amusing.
Don't you see? Rylus is the very man who taught Dolmagus his meddlesome magic.
Yeah, this here is a nice little piece of trivia, I guess. You don't get this knowledge if you answer yes, that Rylus is Dolmagus' master, if you will.
There's every chance Rylus will be able to give us a clue as to Dolmagus' whereabouts.
I see.
That's why you must find him. I'll be waiting for you here.
Alright, so our first mission then is gonna be to locate Master Rylus in order to point our way, or point us in the right direction in order to follow this guy called Dolmagus. But yeah, let's just have a chat with Mr. Yangus here. I suppose we better do what he says. Shall we get going then? Indeed we shall. If you try and move away, he will just come running after you. So yeah, I thought I'd just talk to him. And yeah, talk to a bishop in order to save your game. Yada yada yada, skip by it. And here we have Fairbury Town. So, there are, as you can see up there, there is an upper floor of the town and there is the bottom floor. And we're gonna start exploring the lower floor, maybe is a better way of putting it. And you know what, here we have this guy. You'll never guess what, a horse-drawn wagon just passed by here, and there was a monster on it. Wait a minute, you're the people who came in with it. You're with the monster. Wah! And there he goes. If you talk to this guy throughout the game, he's just gonna find new ways to keep on running from you. Like, yeah, I'll come back and talk to him from time to time, just to show it off, I guess. It's kind of amusing. Let's see here. We have a couple of barrels here. And I think we get some gold here. Oh yeah, nice. So, you have very little gold in the beginning, and monsters are very tough, so it is a good idea to visit as many houses as possible, talk to people, and loot their houses. Yeah, as cruel as that sounds, we just gotta do it. So yeah, here on the bottom floor we have the Town Inn. And yeah, in true RPG fashion, if you talk to Mr. Hindu Man here, you will be able to rest up in the inn. And, ooh, look at that, we have a pouch there to loot. Yeah, we gotta come in from behind there and ransack him. I cannot believe it, after all of this time. Oh, excuse me, my troubles are no concern of yours. Don't mind me, huh? I'm actually not sure what he's talking about there. And I believe here, yeah, this here is a world map. It's a shame we couldn't bring this with us. It would sure, or well, it sure would have helped a lot. Yeah, here in the beginning we actually don't have a map of the world, so it's kind of hard to navigate, but yeah. Here's the main reason you want to come to the inn at the very beginning, because yeah, as you can see there are a lot of cabinets to loot and even a chest. And in here we get a holy water, we'll take a look at it in a bit, and a set of plain clothes and a treasure containing a chimera wing. That's a really nice item to have. They are actually kind of expensive this early on, so. A cypress stick, which works like a sword for the hero, but yeah, we already have a regular sword, so the cypress stick is kind of pointless. And you know what, here, we can also read books. It's a quarterly journal called King of Adventure. Getting ready to head out on your first exciting journey into this wonderful world of ours? Here's a tip for all of you novice explorers. On your travels, always keep an eye out for treasure chests in unexpected places. Who left them there? Who cares? It's finders keepers in the wild world of adventuring. Think of them as divine gifts from the great goddess, placed there just for you. In any event, you'll find plenty of interesting loot in treasure chests, so keep your senses sharp and your eyes peeled. Okay, well, I'll do that then. And yeah, we're also gonna check these pouches here. Basically, this here is just a tutorial room to show what things or what, yeah, containers you can interact with, I suppose. So, yeah, before we head on here, I'm gonna go over the inventory here a little bit and all the items we found. Yeah, so here we have both Tur and Yangus, and we have the bag down here. 3 different inventories. Basically, what's going on here is Yangus has his personal inventory, like 12 slots to work with, and Tur has also 12 slots to work with. And yeah, as you can see here, Tur has 2 medicinal herbs on him. Let's say we're in combat and Tur is hurt now. Yangus can't reach into Tur's pockets and, you know, just yank a medicinal herb out and heal up Tur. So what you gotta do is basically you gotta place or manage your inventory, you know, to make sure everybody's carrying medicine and everybody carries the weaponry into battle that they're, you know, that you want them to have. So I like this, you know, this is a very old school mechanic, but you know, back from the old days, you know, from the Super Nintendo and 8-bit days where you had limited inventory. But what I do like here is that you still do have the bag here, which has unlimited space. Like, you can't access it whilst you're in battle, but yeah, you can still carry as much as you want without getting overburdened. Like in older games, you didn't have a bag, you would just have Turi's inventory and Jaeger's inventory, and then once those two were filled out, you know, you would be strapped for inventory space. So yeah, I like how they handle it here. Like, it's a modern twist, or yeah, a modern touch-up on the classical twist. Why not try that again? It's a modern touch-up of the old school way of doing things. There, was that so hard? Yeah, let's just look over the items we looted in here. We have a holy water, temporarily prevents weaker monsters from attacking the party, and a chimera wing allows you to warp instantly to a selection of places you have previously visited. So that's a really nice item. And yeah, cypress stick, very weak sword, 4 attack, a simple wooden stick carved from a sturdy cypress branch. And we also picked up some plain clothes, which, yeah, we already have that on us, so. And an antidote alert, which will cure us from poison, so. Yeah. I believe we have mentioned everything that needs to be mentioned, so on we move, and here we have a couple inside of the inn. It's precisely because we'd heard such fine things about Calderasha, about this Calderasha fellow, that we came all the way here. But it's utter rubbish. Calderasha? More like Balderdasha. He's a useless layabout. If it's true that he was once great, it must have been a great many years ago, huh? I wonder what he's talking about. How could anyone be so spiteful? He said I'll never see it again, my precious ring. And then, do you know what he said? He said if I did find it again, it wouldn't go over my fat finger. I've never been so insulted in all my life. Huh. So, yeah, Calderasha here basically is a fortune teller, and this couple came here in order to find their old ring, or, you know, that woman's ring, but yeah, apparently Calderasha just insulted her and said she have gained weight, I guess. Yeah, Calderasha doesn't give us exactly very nice first impressions here. Oh yeah, and I forgot to visit the inn from the back way there. But yeah, see here we have the armor shop, and yeah, there are some really nice items here, like the leather shield, for example. 70 gold, it raises defense by 4 points, that's actually quite big. And the leather armor raises defense by 7 points, yeah. So, but as you can see, it's all very expensive, so. And you know, each enemy you defeat out here in the field only gives like 1 or 2 gold coins, so yeah, you're not exactly gonna become rich anytime soon here. So this is what I mean though in this game. You gotta penny pinch a little bit, you don't want to spend it all in one place. You gotta keep some money for later. And yeah, let's talk to this guy. How funny, that's the back door you came through. I know, that's the whole point. Okay, well, let's just rob him. Rob him blind. The party obtains 3 gold coins, dude. Business isn't exactly booming here, I guess. Yeah, poor man. And yeah, you know what, let's just go ahead and enter this house too. I guess we can just enter every damn single house here, because I'm not gonna go out and do any fighting until the 2nd episode anyways, I don't think. So yeah, this here episode is just gonna be me preparing. And yeah, we'll go out fight in the next one, do some exciting shit, but yeah. Gotta be a little bit thorough here in the town first. Let's have a chat with the kid. Such a pity. I wonder what that's about. Honestly, a jester. If that man was a jester, I'll eat my hat. If he had shown us any decent tricks, that would have been one thing. But all he did was teach the kids to load... Was kids a load of mumbo jumbo? He was a trickster, alright, but no jester, huh? And I'm doing a terrible rob. I'm doing a terrible job at reading here. You know what? I'm gonna have a sip of coffee here. Maybe that will help. Help me wake up a little bit. Yeah, it's actually early morning here. Oh yeah, I now realize I completely glossed over the fact that we have a house on fire down where we just were, besides the inn there. Let's see if we can't... Actually, I think this guy will talk about it, but yeah. See down there? Yeah. That house there was, well, it was burnt up. Oh, Eve, I say, you're fading. You're the fading light of day. Yeah, indeed. Or the embrace of night. Nay. Oh, bother, it's not just flowing today. Well, yeah, neither is my reading. Oh well, so anyways, have you seen that smoldering ruin down there? Yeah, I was hoping you would bring it up, actually. The old man who lived there was killed in the fire. Oh, so there was arson committed. Huh. Okay, they make us look at it now here. Huh. Well, we will find out more about that in a bit here, but I'm just gonna head on over here whilst I have some more coffee. And yeah, before we loot the rest of the houses over there, we're gonna head on behind the church. And I strongly recommend you come here if it's your first playthrough, like if you're playing around or something. Yeah, because we have a seat of defense. Once again, behind the church, very important that you grab it. And we could use it right now, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna save it for a future character that will join us. He's a cute girl after all, and yeah, I'm sexist, what can I say? Let's see here. Let's talk to this old lady. There was a fire in town just recently. One poor old man perished, you know. What's that you say? The old man's name? Yes. What was it now? And if we talk to her again... Nope. I was gonna say, maybe she will... Oh, damn it. Maybe she will remember, but no, she is apparently senile. Okay, well, in here, inside of the church, we'll talk to that man over there in a bit, the bishop. But yeah, we have some more herbs in here. And you know what? This here is actually a pretty important bookcase, so let's read this one. It appears to be an old journal of some kind. The great wizard finally reached Fairbury after a long and arduous journey. Welcoming such a great sage to our town is a truly unparalleled honor. Long may the sage and his descendants stay in the town of Fairbury. Huzzah! Huh, that is not what I thought it was gonna be, but yeah, basically they are talking about the guy, well, now I forget his name. Oh yeah, Master Rylus, there, geez, I had to cut out while I was sitting here and thinking. Yeah, Master Rylus is one of the descendants there who came to live here in this town, but yeah, somebody committed arson and yeah, he's, well, presumably no longer around us. And yeah, we have a chest here. I think it's locked though. Yeah, indeed. And if you walk up these stairs, there's not gonna be anything there until it becomes nighttime. So I'm actually gonna come back here to the church once night befalls. It's evening right now, so we're gonna wait a little bit longer. It's actually gonna become night pretty soon. Once we, well, you'll see. Once we progress the plot a little bit. But yeah, before we do here, let's head on in here. I think this is the weapon shop or the back door. And yeah, we have some chests here too, which we cannot open. But let's have a chat. What's your problem? What are you doing coming in the back way, eh? The front door is around the other side. You don't say. You must be new to this game, eh? Way to break the fourth wall there. I knew it. How about I give you a few pointers to get you started there, then? Listen, having a load of weapons and armor knocking about in your bag won't do you no good. You gotta equip yourself with them. Okay, well that's kind of obvious. And yeah, I'm not even gonna bother going in the front door to him. His weaponry is very expensive, so we'll do that a little bit later, viewers. Yeah, in a bit. First of all, we have some barrels. Let's see here. I believe there's an urn here. Yeah, right here. I'm gonna crack this one because, yeah, very important herb in there. And I'm not really sure where I should start here. Should we just... Not here. Let's head on inside here. And we check out one or two more houses and then we're gonna head on inside the bar. That's actually where we progress the plot of the game here. And yeah, I'm gonna talk to these. I just wanna see. I think we can loot some more armor in here. Oh my god, 20 gold coins, dude. That is actually quite nice. Okay, so no armor, but even better, we got 20 gold. I can't believe it. Calderasha, what's happened to him? He was never like this before. It's such a shame for poor old Valentina. No time for a chat. I'm far too busy. If I don't get on with the cooking, dinner's going to be late. Who are you anyway? If you're looking for my husband, he's just over there. Boozing away. Oh my god, look at him. He's staring at the flower. Well, dude. Yeah, his wife is busy cleaning up and he's just staring at the flower. What the fuck, man? At least have the decency to watch TV. Alright, so let's see here now. Here is a very important item. If you come down here in the upper top corner of this town, and we're gonna jump down into the well. I think most people who have played this know of this item, but yeah. We have a very important piece of gear here. A leather shield. Okay, let's have a look at it. A simple shield made of leather stretched over wood. So we're gonna give this to Tur. We could give it to Yangus, but as you can see, he's already at 15 defense, so I'd rather raise Tur's regular defense here a little bit. And then the pot lid we found inside the church, let's put that on Yangus. He will gain another 2 defense from that. So, and let's read the tooltip on it. Let's see here. Dude. The lid to a large cooking pot commandeered to act as a makeshift shield of sorts. So, yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. And I think it's time that we head to the bar here. Yeah, I just want to progress the plot a little bit. So, yeah. If you don't care about looting, just come in here and you get to progress the plot. And yeah, I think we have an antidotal herb here. Yes, indeed. And yeah, there really are no important items in this town except for the leather shield, the seed of defense, and the pot lid. But like, there are no like truly important gear pieces here.
Haven't you had enough, Mr. Calderasha, sir? I'm sorry, but I've got a business to run. This haphazard fortune-telling of yours is costing me a fortune in free drinks.
What? My fortune-telling? Haphazard? Are you a complete fool? Let me tell you something for free. All fortune-telling is haphazard. What do you expect? Anyway, so what if I saw it? So what if I foretold the fire? If I tried to stop it, then what? It would only have led to another disaster. That's what.
I'm sorry, Mr. Calderasha, sir. I don't follow. If you're saying you knew about the fire, shouldn't you at least have warned Master Rylus?
Yes, poor Rylus. How many times I argued with the old man. I cannot believe he's gone. What? What is it? You! Come, show your face to the great Calderasha. Yes, yes.
Quick! Quick! Everyone come quick! There's a monster in town! Just come and see! The whole town's gone crazy!
The whole town has gone crazy. Well, let's just have a look here at the booze bag. Yeah, look, he's just gulping down every damn bottle this poor bartender owns here. What's all the noise? Can't a man drink in peace? Now then, what were we talking about before? Do you remember? Not really. Derp? Ah, yes. I was just getting to the yes bit. But now with all the noise, I have lost interest. You do not understand, do you? That is how I do business. Can you not feel the curiosity stirring in you when you hear me say the words yes, yes? It makes you want me to tell you your fortune, no? Well, I guess it kind of did work, actually. And, whoa, here we have a cutie. Let's just try and talk to her. Did you hear that? He said that there was a monster in town. Do you think it's true? Well, I wonder what monster she or them could be referring to. Actually, let's talk to Jagus here. This doesn't sound too good, Gav. I wonder if that monster they had here was... Huh. Anyway, let's go and see for ourselves. Yeah, could it be the Green Goblin we're traveling with? Let's see here. Now, before we head on down to the lower floors and see what all the hullabaloo is about, we're gonna need to head on inside of the church again, because it's nighttime now. We've spent many hours boozing away at the bar, and it is time to head on in here. Couldn't really come up with a particularly good reason to come in here after boozing, but yeah, all the same, here we are. We're gonna climb on up, and on the floor here, and this only appears during the nighttime, as far as I know, there's a piece of paper there, and this is very important to find, or actually, not really, but if it's your first time playing, you will be happy to find this, especially if you're not gonna look things up on the internet. Because if you read this piece of paper, a suspicious looking document that contains tips on how to make a thief's key. Tude reads the thief's key recipe. Thief key recipe. Combine an iron nail and a bronze knife. You will need a device called an alchemy pot to combine the items. Huh. A thief's key, eh? What could we possibly use a thief's key for? Let me think. Could we open this locked chest, for example? Well, only time will show. Or tell. Yes, I'm sorry about my basic English here. I can't even form sentences properly. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got that expression wrong just now. Either way, let's just head on down now, and let's talk to this fatty here. You want to get down into the courtyard, but it's mayhem down there. There's a monster loose. You could get hurt if you get caught up in all the hullabaloo. You better not go down there. Yeah, dude, we can't actually walk down past him. That's kind of silly. Well, oh, wait, did I crack this? Oh my god, there was nothing in there. I just cut that barrel tossing out. Okay, well. We're pretty much done here now with the plot, so yeah, we'll soon get to do some actual fighting and all that good stuff, you know? Head out into the world. And here we have a cat. Meow.
What the? This ain't good, Gov. Come on. Look lively.
He looked at me.
Oh, it's hideous.
Get out, monster! You're not welcome here!
That was right on the... Oh, ah!
I love how Jagus carries the king out. You know, that's a funny scene there.
Well, that was a fine reception. Don't they realize who I am? Judging a book by its cover, don't they know it's what's inside that counts?
Yeah, you can say that again.
So then, did you manage to find Master Rylus?
Sure did. It seems like he was burnt up.
What? He's dead? Oh, no. Well, I suppose there's no point crying over spilt milk. It's Dulmagus we're after. He's the one who cursed the princess and I, after all. He's the one who made us look so ridiculous. I had hoped Rylus might be able to help us locate him, but it seems we'll just have to track Dulmegas down by ourselves. With Rylus gone, we have nothing further to gain from staying here. Let's be on our way.
Wait! Please wait. I'm sorry to come running after you like this. It's just that I wanted to ask you a favor.
Are you not afraid of me, young lady?
I dreamt about you. I dreamt that some people came to town with a strange creature. It was sort of halfway between a human and a monster. And I dreamt that they could make wishes come true.
A strange creature? Are you referring to me?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
Not to worry. I've had worse things said to me today. You know, you remind me of my Medea. You're about the same age. Anyway, you say you had a dream about me. Most peculiar.
I'm sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Valentina, daughter of the great fortune teller Caldarasha. If you could just come to my house, I'll explain everything there. It's by the well, at the far end of town. I'll be waiting for you.
What was she rabbiting on about? Come round my house, she says.
Magnificent! She wasn't afraid to look at me at all, not one bit. Oh, she reminds me of my Medea. We must give this young girl a helping hand. Right then, my boy. Go and find the house by the well and see what it is she wants. Me? I'll wait here with the princess. We don't want to cause any more of a stir.
Yeah, so now we just gotta go and find that Valentina shack. But before we do, well, actually, I'll do that later. I was gonna visit the item shop, so you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and enter the second floor here of town. And as she said, she lives up in that corner by the well, and yeah, that's where we were before, where we found the leather shield. Oh, and this guy was done at the well before, so let's talk to him. Oh, maybe I've had a bit too much. You know, I've been thinking. First, that weird clown, and now that green monster. There's a lot of strange things going on around here. Oh, yeah, he's thinking there's a bad omen going on here, huh? Well, sure, why not? I guess. But, yeah, I didn't bother coming in here before because it would just have been locked anyways. The door, I mean. So yeah, let's just raid her wardrobe. Her panty closet, if you will. And there you go. I got some money, but yeah, no undergarments. You know, let's just drop the pervy talk here. Yeah, I might be a little bit ranchy whilst playing this game, but yeah. Let's try and calm, yeah, dial it back just a little bit here. Okay, well, let's just talk to her.
Ah, you came. I'm so sorry. I must have drifted off. How rude of me. I wanted to ask you a favor about this crystal ball. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Perhaps I should start from the beginning? Of course. Let me My father, Caldarasha, was once a really famous fortune teller. Lost treasure, missing people. There was nothing the great Caldarasha couldn't help people with. But then one day, he lost his powers. All of a sudden, nothing he foretold turned out to be true anymore. It's probably because he stopped using a real crystal ball. This glass ball isn't...
Valentina, what is going on here? How many times have I told you not to touch my crystal ball? What? Aren't you that boy from the pub? What brings you here? Ah, never mind. I do not know what my daughter has asked you, but you can forget it. I do not need your help. I am fine as I am. I am going to bed. Valentina, say your farewells and show our young visitor to the door.
I'm sorry about my father. But whatever he says, he's the one who's really suffering since he lost his powers. That's why I wanted to ask you this favor. Can you find him a crystal ball? One that's big enough to bring back his powers? Really? You will? Oh, this is exactly how it all happened in my dream. So far, everything's come true. I also dreamt that there's a crystal ball hidden deep inside the cave, under the big waterfall to the south of town. I suppose only the daughter of the great Caldarasha could know a thing like that.
Indeed. Dude, she's so adorable though. Yeah, I really like Valentina as a character. She's really sweet, really well-meaning and all of that. Yeah. Caldarasha, though, he's the exact opposite. Yes, Okay, well, let's see. Let's talk to Yangs again. Well, we know what we gotta do. Better report back to the old codger then, eh? Mind you, I'm pretty knackered. I thought giving up the old banditude would mean I could keep more silverished hours. Silverized. I don't know how to pronounce that word. But life on the straight road don't seem no better in that area. Still, you know best, gal. Yeah, so apparently Yangs was a thief. Earlier, before meeting up with Tude here. Well, we just have some more backstory with them, or how they met later on in the game. Now then, it is about time. Oh my, look here, we have a nice light here outside the bar. But yeah, right now it is time that we start preparing a little bit. This episode is, it's up there in time now. We're up to about 45 minutes, a little bit less actually, but yeah. Oh my god, the shopkeep ain't here. Oh, okay, well. Alright, we gotta head on out the west gate. But yeah, we're gonna head on out to talk to the old codger, Trode, and then we're gonna buy some medicinal herbs, and we're then gonna take a break, and I'm gonna start up part 2, and we're gonna head on out into the world.
I see. Magnificent! Such devotion to her father. I'm impressed. Just how a daughter should be. And if this Caldarasha gets his powers back, there's nothing he can't find, am I right? Then we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. If everything goes according to plan, we'll find out where that hateful Dulmagus is. The time's getting on. Medea and I will stay outside. That's the last time we set foot in a barbaric town like this. But you should spend the night at the inn and rest well, so that you're ready to take on the world tomorrow. In the morning, we leave for the Waterfall Cave.
Oh yeah, indeed, as you said, we're heading for the Waterfall Cave, and yeah, heck, even Valentina pointed us in that direction. So, if you head there right now, as you are, you're probably gonna get your ass kicked. So, yeah, I have a particular route in mind. We're gonna go out and, kill some monsters. We're gonna find some chests, and yeah, that way we're gonna be at the higher level. So yeah, I'm just not gonna run around in circles in order to level up and then head on inside there. Yeah, no, that would be boring. We're just gonna do some adventuring, some side quests here, and then we're gonna head on inside the first dungeon of the game, which is that Waterfall Caves that they are talking about. But yeah, see here, medicinal herbs, they aren't too expensive, but yeah, at the same time they kind of are. Let's see here. Let's just buy 5 for Yangus. And I'm probably gonna buy 5 for the hero too. And believe you me, we are gonna need them. There we go. And you know what? We can actually afford 1 more. So let's just go ahead and... yeah. And even 8. And... yeah, we have some items to sell, but I'm not gonna sell them. Because if I die out here, like, you lose half of your money. And... yeah, you know, it's better to hold on to items in your inventory. Like, yeah, we could technically sell the Cypress stick and the plain clothes there, and we would get like 30 coins or something like that, but if we die, then we are gonna lose half our money, so it's better to liquefy items into gold, you know, for when you need it, and not just because you can, if that makes sense, you know. You don't do it haphazardly, to quote Calderasha there. Ah, Tur. I was starting to think you'd got lost. Right, my boy. My boy. Let's go to the waterfall cave and see if you can find that crystal ball. Medea and I will be right behind you. If you have any trouble, feel free to consult us. I'm sure there is nothing we can't solve if we put our heads together. On we go. On we go, my boy. And yeah, you can heal up at the inn and all of that. We know. So yeah, in the next episode, we're gonna head for the waterfall caves, but we're not gonna enter it, but we're gonna head in that direction. And yeah, as you can see, the region is pretty damn big, and we don't have a map. So yeah, actually, yeah, if I try and press the map button, that's gonna happen. So you're actually gonna make use of landmarks as you move around here, which is pretty damn cool. But I'm gonna pause the game here so we don't pass time. Yeah, it actually becomes night if you're out too long, and once it's nighttime, more enemies will spawn and all of that, more dangerous enemies even. So yeah, I'm gonna want to move whilst it's light out. So either way, in part 2, we're gonna head on out into the world here, and we're gonna find some cool monsters to fight and some chests to loot, and we're also gonna pick up a side quest. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this. This is gonna be neat. And also a quick glean here. As you see there down to the right, we have Sword, Spears, Boomerang, Fisticuffs, and Courage. Those are skill trees for your characters. Yeah, Yangus, you can learn to use axes, clubs, scythes, Fisticuffs, and Humanity. So yeah, each character differ a little, and also you have your stats there too. Yangus typically is very defensive and strong, whilst the hero, he's a little bit more agile, and he has, well, more mana and, you know, stuff of that nature. He's also more wise, or wiser than Yangus. But yeah. We'll start getting some skill points to put into our talent trees in the next episode. So yeah, I'll see you guys in episode 2. Take care.